These all are the best new online games that you can play freely on mobile. Of course, our team picks the best graphic one and plays the game in the highest graphic setting. So you will see how great the game is. Remember to subscribe and like this channel. Please enjoy the video of Top 10 Best Online Game for Android 2025 Free-to-play Games. Legends of Illumia. This is a new online game multiplayer that lets the player play within a team while having a combat battle, but actually you can select to play a solo with an easier games level or play a multiplayer but more difficulty level on it. So it's quite fair and balanced once we can decide to play harder with our friends or easier by playing solo. This is a new brand MMORPG with a classic style game base, which is the game is 100% no autoplay, that you need to navigate the game manually. So you need an extra effort then. While exploring the safety area, you can visit the blacksmith and any store to strengthen up your main hero's power. Once you are ready, then try to get into the dual PvP area with the other players. Blue Protocol Star Resonance. Finally, this game released globally. It's one of the best new anime game MMO that's available on mobile right now. Unfortunately, only a certain country can access it right now. Seriously, the game's developer behind this game is pretty good in limiting the player number who can play and participate, making the gameplay look super smooth. This game is 100% no autoplay game, where you need to control the entire gameplay manually, and it's a good way to understand how the gameplay works. If you love to play a hard grinding based game, I think this game is the right answer. But for me, it's a very casual game for a player because the combat mechanism are really simple. We don't have to make any combination combos. All of the action is just click based, so we need to understand every skill description to understand the effect result. Game of Thrones King's Road. This game is really good but need a high-end phone to enjoy the maximum graphic because the game's rendering system will take a huge effort to optimize the visual. Without loading screen, it will be a huge problem for any phone to maximize the game's visual, which means it has 100% an open world based concept. Even you can set the far view distance way clearer and has a high level of attention to detail. As a mobile game, of course, this is a huge work for the developer to make it run amazingly on mobile. Even a Snapdragon Elite processor can't handle it in the maximum way. The game's combat mechanism are hack and slash based. We will see any monster that will respawn randomly around the world. Use your blocking action to defend, a regular attack and heavy damage will be the best combination way to make a combo. Epic Conquest X. I'm sure everyone know Epic Conquest series because this franchise is pretty popular from the first sequel to the second sequel, but in the newest version. I see a huge difference from the graphic, design and how the gameplay is not an open world anymore. It has a dungeon based game. So the player should get into the dungeon to follow the main storyline with a great cutscenes who will show up along the story that will help the player to understand about the main story much clearer. The combat mechanism is hack and slash based, but the player need to focusing on the stamina indicator to avoid the exhausted condition. Always switch the hero to find out the best strategy and optimize the combat result. So we'll fight between 3 main heroes and all of the heroes can be obtained through main mission. I love how good the story is with a lot of humor and fun ambience. I really hope they will add some voiceover then. Neko School Simulator. This is a new role-playing game online with an anime art style. The gameplay is super simple and casual because you will play as a student and do any school activity and some extra activity like dancing and many more. You don't have to upgrade your main hero. The only thing you should do is clear the main mission and meet a certain NPC to clear the mission. While exploring the open world, you can make a chaos by disturbing the other NPC by hitting them and making them angry. Unfortunately, the game needs some improvement to make sure the NPC has a better aim assist, because most of their attack will not aim accurately. Switch your main appearance with variety of goods like a ninja style, dinosaur style and many kind of costume. Overall, you don't have to compete within the other players, just enjoy the simulator based game. It's available on the Play Store now and you can download it freely. Goddess Order. This is one of the most beautiful crafting pixel art games with a high visualization level. It's perfectly crafting into another level that you will never see on any new pixel games. I will give 10 to 10 for everything it has. The storyline is really refreshing. The combat battle seems pretty attractive and how good the voiceover of each character is. Even if you can decide your own story by picking some selection of the answer. It is a semi-open world base and you need to go through the portal to start the battle. 3 of the main characters are selectable that you can get them through gacha. But it's up to you to play as a free-to-play player because most of the important heroes will automatically join your army. And they all are strong enough to handle the entire enemy. Star Sailors. If you are looking for a refreshing game anime that has a AAA visual, then you should start on lookout for it. It has the best of the best visual and everything has been enhanced perfectly. I am sure your phone can handle the maximum graphic without any single problem. I wonder how the developer minimized the game size into less than 3GB in total. In fact, the far view distance is absolutely cinematic and detailed. The game's combat mechanism is absolutely simple. We just need to launch the basic attack to regenerate the skill point and unleash the ultimate skill once it reaches the maximum. Along the game, you will find so many cutscenes and special conversation or dialogue between the hero just before we start the combat or after. It has a humor-based story and fun at the same time, making it becoming way more interesting. The Division Resurgence. This is one of the best new realistic game on mobile that you can play multiplayer and see or meet the other players while you are at the safety spot. But once you get into the battle, then you should do everything by yourself. It has a high graphic level that you need to maximize the potential by turning on the highest game's graphic. But trust me, your phone will be able to handle the game perfectly without any laggy. This is what I call perfection, where the developer successfully optimized the graphic amazingly. The game's combat mechanism is a shooter based. You just need to be way more active on hiding a certain object and block the incoming attack. Because the number of the monsters who are coming is pretty massive from any direction. That's why we need to read the situation always and keep moving will be the best way to survive. We'll have an option to pick a different hero and they all will have a different skill ability. Ares, Rise of Guardian. This is a new brand MMORPG that has a cross-platform base between the mobile and PC, so we can connect the account within a different platform and play at once. If you are tired of a medieval vibes concept, then you can try this game to get a new game experience through an advanced world and futuristic concept, where the sci-fi and technology blend together. I love how the developer decided to have male and female heroes as an option to select. The game's combat mechanism is fully an autoplay, but it has a huge difference between playing manually or auto, because in manual play, you can raise your combat result by doing a counter attack. But it needs a high concentration to tap the button in precision timing. Destiny Rising. If you love to play a game that has an apocalypse world, then you can try it. Even the game now is available globally that you can get freely on Play Store and App Store. It's kind of a no pay to win an action game RPG, because every hero will have their own strengths and weaknesses that we need to understand. There is no specific weapon with the highest attack rate. That means it's a really fair and balanced game as a free-to-play player. It has a realistic look and amazing movement set. High jumping, shooting while jumping, and also dashing will be the best move set to avoid any dangerous attack. Switch your main character and use two different playstyles of close combat with a bare hand or sword, and also long range combat with two of the weapon selection. Bonus, Junkyard Rush Racing. For the last game, I would like to give you the best game with a very small game size. It's about 200MB only, but the game's quality represents such a high level. This is a racing car base that you can play with a random player and lead the race to reach the finish lane. Nitro is possible to do to speed up your acceleration speed multiple times faster, but we need to collect the Nitro booster first before releasing it. Unfortunately, the navigation control is quite difficult to handle. You need to learn how to use a good steering based on the sensitivity it has. These all are the best new game online you can play right now. Remember to like this video and see you on the next list. Thanks.